One good thing that has come out of this global pandemic is that esports have become more and more popular and recognized worldwide. Before the shutdowns, esports had a very niche audience with very few select dedicated followers, and after the shutdown of all live sports for roughly about 4 months, almost all esports exploded in popularity. We really don't see a competitive esports in voxel-based games, minus creator-hosted tournaments like MCC and Minecraft, so today I want to discuss the possibilities of esports in Hytale. Hey everybody, what is going on? CanadianFlash here guys, and today everybody, I'm going to be discussing what type of esports we can see in Hytale if they do have any. But first, if you guys are new here and you want to show support to my channel, then please go ahead, hit that like button and subscribe to see more. Stats show that 69% of you guys, aren't even subscribed, so you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. I got some big things planned for when Hytale releases that you certainly wouldn't want to miss. So 2 days ago on the Hytale info subreddit, I put up a poll asking the Hytale community on what type of esports they think will be in Hytale, if they do think they'll be in Hytale, and here are the results, and some of these came as no surprise to me. So far out of 150 votes, 11 people voted full leagues hosted by Hytale like COD and Overwatch, etc. Maybe like Formula 1 leagues hosted by the actual Hytale team and everything like that. I think that'll be really cool if they do have something like that. 61 people voted more of a Minecraft approach, for example, having community members host events like MCC. I certainly can see something like that happening in Hytale, so that's why I want to throw it in there. Or 74 people, this was the most popular answer, voted Hytale won't have esports. And then 4 people voted other, but they just didn't comment whatever other was, so I'm not sure what their really opinions are. So I want to elaborate a bit on all of these and perhaps give a good way or a good example of how Hytale can have esports in one of these options. So let's take a look at some of these. So like I said before in the intro, esports really came into fruition right when like the lockdown started happening, and a lot of like sports fans couldn't watch their live sports. For example, we couldn't watch soccer. I don't watch soccer, but I know a lot of people couldn't watch soccer. I personally couldn't watch baseball, which sucked. You know, I couldn't watch Formula 1, football, basketball, hockey, whatever the sport is, maybe even NASCAR if you guys watch NASCAR. I know a lot of esports really took off in that time, and actually a lot of like predominant like sports figures started playing those esports, or just say the official like FIFA game or the official Formula 1 game, and they started playing those and started streaming them on Twitch and everything like that. And it really got a lot more people into the competitive scene of these type of like esports games. Like for example, I know NASCAR, they use something called iRacing, and they have a lot of like big leagues that correlate to that, and they live stream them on YouTube and Twitch, which is really cool. It's really fun to see. But also a lot of other just regular esports that were, that were kind of popular before, like for example like COD, Brawl Stars esports. Those esports also gained a lot more popularity because people have more home time and they can also play more as well, which is really exciting to see. I am personally a huge fan of if the development or the creators of a certain game do host esports, because it really gives players incentive to actually like play a lot of their game to get better at it, and then maybe if there's some sort of like cash prize or team cash prize that you can like work towards at the end, then a lot of people will be a lot more dedicated towards the game. I feel like Hytale could have some sort of esports. We're not really sure how the combat system will work in Hytale, but maybe they'll have some different type of like combat mechanics. Maybe they'll have some sort of gun mechanics, which we've seen before. Maybe it'll just be straight up, like combat mechanics, like swing the sword and the axe and everything like that. Who knows? Whatever happens, I do not think Hytale will host their own specific esports. I feel like it'll be hosted by more community members, but I'll get to that a little bit later. But I do think that Hytale could potentially host their own specific esports, maybe for like certain mini games or something like that in Hytale. Either way, it was the least most voted category, so people do not think Hytale will host leagues and everything like COD and Overwatch and Formula 1 and everything like that. The second option, and these two are pretty much really close, but I'm going to talk about the second smallest option, or the second biggest, whatever you want to call it. This is a Minecraft approach by having a community member host events like MCC. And while I do think there will be events like MCC, maybe like Minecraft Monday and everything like that in Hytale, I would expect all those to be in the game, hosted by probably by PikaClicks or Pikachu, whatever you guys want to call him. He has made Hytale videos in the past, so he clearly has interest in the game, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does host tournaments like that in Hytale. But I feel like if he does host tournaments like that, they'll be for a lot of large creators, so us small guys probably won't get in. But I do have to say, there is a couple servers, or there is one server that I know of right now that wants to take Hytale and make it really competitive, and that is the Blockshot Network. I have mentioned the Blockshot Network a lot in this channel, and if you want to check them out, all the links will be in the description. So go check out the Blockshot Network. I currently am a staff member on there, so once Hytale comes out, be prepared, I'll be playing on there. But there's supposed to be a run and gun type server, kind of like COD and all those games, but hosted in Hytale, and they want to have esports in there. Like, they made an esports blog post. Currently the website is down, so you can't take a look at it, sadly, which kind of sucks. Hopefully they can get it up quite soon so you can take a look at it. But Blockshot looks to be, I think, Hytale's best chance of having specific esports, and who knows, maybe Hytale can even host esports through Blockshot. I think that would be really cool. Maybe if the team is partnered with Hytale, then maybe they'll get some like sort of special like advertising or something like that, so that people can see what's going on in the community, and maybe want to test out the server, and maybe see if they're actually decent and they want to participate in some of these like tournaments, then they can. So either way, I think no matter what happens, there will be some sort of events hosted in Hytale, whether it's through like Pika Clicks or maybe Keemstar or something, or maybe through Blockshot. Either way, I do believe there will be some sort of esports in Hytale. Next, I want to talk about the majority of people voted for Hytale won't have esports. And this was the most popular option, and I feel like people are just saying this because most voxel-based games do not have esports, mainly because they're more of the creative side. But either way, I understand why people say it won't have esports at all, but like I mentioned in the most recent post, MCC is sort of a kind of an esport. It also is mainly for entertainment and just to get a whole bunch of community together, but it is a kind of esport, so saying that Hytale won't have esports is not the greatest argument. And I do agree, Minecraft is not the game to have esports. Hytale probably isn't the type of game to have esports. But either way, there still will be esports in the game whether they like it or not. And I think that saying Hytale won't have esports is not the greatest answer. And I do understand where people are coming from. We don't know much about the Hytale combat system right now, but if it is somewhat similar to Minecraft's combat system, then I do not believe that it will have leaks hosted by Hytale or COD or whatever, you know, something like that. But who knows what will happen. Maybe the combat system will be absolutely phenomenal and we'll get an absolutely insane amount of esports in Hytale. A really big argument that people were having is that every game doesn't need to have like an extremely competitive side. But while I do agree with this take, every game doesn't need to have one, but if you don't want to play it, then don't play it. It's very simple to that. Like, I'm sure I probably offended somebody saying that, but if there are esports, just like every other game, like I'm sure you played Brawl Stars and you've probably played COD, like you don't have to go into the esports side. You can just play with your friends and maybe some like unranked lobbies or something like that. So then it's not super competitive, or just don't participate in it. You know, it's not that challenging, it's not that hard. You just don't click like join esports or whatever, join ranked lobbies, who knows, whatever's gonna happen. But I don't know, I just feel like people saying it won't have esports because Hytale doesn't need to have, or every game doesn't need to have like a competitive side is the best argument in my opinion. But sorry if I did offend you guys. I understand where you're coming from. But just coming from the other side, people who do want to have some sort of esport or some sort of competitive game mode will love to see some sort of esports in Hytale. Like myself, I want to be considered one of the better Hytale players in the world. You know, I want to be considered one of those guys. And if you don't, then that's up to you. It doesn't really matter. But like for me, I want to do Hytale esports, and who knows, maybe I'll have a team in the future. We don't know about that. And the last option was 4 people voted other. I don't know what this other thing that meant was. They didn't clarify it in the comments of the Reddit post, so I'm not really sure what their other idea is. But if you do have any other ideas of how Hytale can like have esports besides the 3 that I mentioned so far, let me know in the comments below, because I would like to hear your guys' opinions on if Hytale can have esports or not, because I personally want them. I know a lot of people don't, but hey, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. So guys, that is pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. The plan is to reach 10K sometime soon. We'll do a face reveal on a Mosshorn diss track. Be prepared for that. That's going to be awesome. So with that being said, everybody, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.